Very good evening, everyone. My name is Gaurav Shresth, and today we have a webinar on the Tradesmart terminal (TST). So, today is again a very unique webinar that we're going to have because we will cover the important features which are there in Tradesmart terminal, which can help you to trade like a pro. Okay, so there are many features, so we will cover list by list. Uh, before we start our webinar, just to give you a brief idea of what is Tradesmart terminal. It is a trading platform for all our active trader, or you can say active and derivative trader. Nevertheless, even if you are a long-term investor or a short-term trader, you can still use this platform. So it has a feature for every kind of a client, but specifically for active trader and for derivative trader, it has a lot of features. Okay, so I will start the presentation and we will cover each and every step from the login page to the basic feature to the advanced features. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen right now. So what you can see in front of your screen right now is our website page, www.kotaksecurities.com. In order to log in into a Tradesmart terminal, you have to go to our website, and from this website page only, you have to log in into a Tradesmart. So you can see on the right hand side at the top, just next to the Open Demat account, an account login button, right? So you have to click on account login button. Once you click on account login, you will get three different options. First is login to trade, and second will be the login to Tradesmart terminal. The second option is the one that you have to select in order to log in into a Tradesmart. Once you click on the second option, an entire login page will open up in which you have to enter your credential, which will be your user ID, your password, and your access code, which will come on your mobile number, registered mobile number, and on your email ID, registered email ID. So once you have entered all the 3 points, you can click on the submit button, and you can click on the login button, and your account will be logged in into the Tradesmart. So this is the process how which you can log in into a Tradesmart terminal. Now, once you log in, this is the first page which you will see by default. Okay, so there are a few more options. Like while login itself, you can select by default login to a dashboard or to your portfolio. But otherwise, by default, it will log in into a watch list, which you can see in front of you right now. This is the screen of a watch list. Now, what are the important features, which is there in Tradesmart, which makes it different from any other trading terminal in the entire industry? Okay, not only in Kotak Securities. So some of the important features I will cover in this webinar. Starting with the first feature is which you can see the predefined views at the top. So what does this predefined views does? That in your watch list, let's suppose if you have added 10 stock, okay, and you want to see the financial detail of those 10 companies, apart from the current LTP, if you want to see the financial detail of the 10 companies, so what you can do, you can just go on in the predefined views, click on the default button. Once you click on a default button, you will get 5 options, which will be technical, return, financial, growth, and values. So you can select any one of them. Whatever object you will select, that detail will show in the watch list along with the LTP. So in this example, we are showing the financial detail. So if you select a financial detail, the sales of that particular company plus the operating profit and other financial detail will show up in the watch list itself. So in case you want to do a comparison, or in case you want to analyze a particular company, you don't need to go to any other website or to any other open any other tab. In the watch list itself, you can just open the financial detail of the company. You can compare it with the LTP or with the other companies. So this is the one great feature. Apart from the financial, even the other details you can check it, like a technical. So if you are a ultra short-term trader, let's say if you do a intraday trading, okay, buying and selling the stock on the same day itself. So what you can follow, you obviously support and resistance is the most important thing. You want to know what will be the support for a particular stock, what will be the resistance for a particular stock. So for that, you have a technical. If you select technical, you will get S1, R1, S2, R2, and similarly S3, R3, which will be support 1, support 2, support 3, resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. So all the levels for a stock, you will be able to get it again in the watch list without going anywhere else, without opening a chart or without opening any other different tab. So, in order to avoid multiple clicks, or in order to avoid, taking much of a time from you during the trading, during the market hour, we want to make things more quicker for you. And that's why, we have given this feature where in the predefined only, you can just select technical and you can get the entire support and resistance level for a stock in front of your watch list, in a watch list itself. From watch lists, let's move to the dashboard, which is the first menu. Okay. Under dashboard, there are a few interesting features which is available. So one of them is the screener. Okay. In screener, you can see at the bottom, there are around 7 different screener which is available. Some of them are pivot breakout. Then you have 52-week high and low, gap up, gap down, volume watch, day high and low. So what you can do with this screener, basically, you can just select the screener type. Next, you can select the index in which you want to run this screener, and then you can click on a fetch data. Okay. Once you do that, automatically it will give you the numbers for that particular index. So again, to give you an example, let's suppose you want to know the stock which are touching 52-week high or low in a Nifty 50 index. Okay, so out of the Nifty 50 stock, you want to see which are the stock which is touching 52-week high and low. So what you can do, you can just select 52-week high and low. You can select Nifty and you can click on a fetch data. So automatically it will show you the list of stock that has touched 52-week high and low in today's market session. Okay, you can do it during the live market, or you can do it at the closing of after the closing of the market to analyze the today's price action. So whatever you want to do, you can, in that way you can use this screener. There are other features also, like pivot breakout or resistance breakout. The support and resistance breakout which we have seen in the watch lists, same you can watch in this screener also. In this screener, the difference will be that in this screener, you can track literally 500 different stock. In watch list, obviously, you cannot add 500 stock, and it will not be possible to see which other stock which is breaking the resistance level, or which other stock which is going below the support level. But with the help of the screener, you can even screen 500 different stock, and once you click on a fetch data, you can get an entire detail, which is the stock which is crossing above the resistance level, or which is going below the support level. So this is the screener feature which is available in the dashboard. Now staying in a dashboard only, there are a few more things. So I've given you the example of Nifty 50. Similarly, we have this many index. There are few more index which you cannot see in this screenshot, but these are the few list of index that you can run the screener. Okay, so you have a like index like Nifty Reality, Nifty 100, Nifty Energy. Obviously, Bank Nifty is there, Nifty Media, and different sector. There are a few more index which is not available in this screenshot, but you can also run the screener in those index also. Moving on, the another important feature in a dashboard is the sector performance. Okay, so let's suppose if you are trading today and you want to see the performance of different sector, and you want to compare the performance of different sector with each other. Okay, so you can do that under the dashboard on the left hand side. There is a button known as sector performance, and once you click on that, you can see the entire sector with their overall gain and losses. Okay, so like for today's market, oil and gas is like around almost 0.5% positive, and then you have a reality which is slightly negative. Banking index was almost 0.5% negative, right? So this is one of the way where you can track the sector performance and you can compare it. Now, the most important feature, the interesting feature in this is that you can also do a deep analysis of the sector. So let's suppose if you want to check banking index, okay, so you just have to click on that banking index percentage, which is the 0.5% negative symbol, and once you click on that, this is the kind of a page which will open up where you will be able to see all the stock which is a part of that index, and the performance of those stock for today. So let's suppose for today, SBI was slightly negative, then HDFC Bank was also slightly negative. AU Bank was the only, I think, the stock which has given a positive return. So, similarly, you can see the entire stock which are there in that particular index. Not only you can see the performance of those stock, you can also take an action. What action? You can either open a chart of that stock, okay, by clicking on the chart symbol, or you can execute a buy and sell order by clicking on the B and sell button, or you can add that stock in your watch list by clicking on the plus symbol, which you can see. Okay, so these are the important features which is available under the dashboard. Moving ahead with the order execution part. So under order execution, you can see at the right hand side top, there is a setting kind of a symbol is there. That is a very interesting symbol. Once you click on that, an user setting option will open up, right? Now, it has a lot of benefit. First of all, what you can do, you can set a default quantity from here. So let's suppose if you want to, always execute 100 order minimum in all your orders, or if you're trading in future and option, you want to execute at least one lot, or let's say 10 lots every time. So, instead of every time, opening an order and entering the quantity or lot size, instead of doing it every time, what you can do, you can go into the user setting. You can set up an equity and F&O, lot size and shares for once, and click on the apply button. Once you do that, what will happen? From next time, whenever you open a buy or sell order, automatically that particular lot size and the quantity will open up. Okay, there are a few more features which you can use from the user setting. First of all, you can set up a different theme, which is dark and light theme. Second, which you can see just below the quantity F&O button, you can see order price equity. In this, you can set up the different LTP. Okay, now this is a slightly more complex feature. Okay, I will give you an example. Let's suppose if you want to always place an order 5 tick below or 10 tick below the current market price. So what you can do, you can just click on the minus symbol, which I have done over here, and selected a 10 ticks. So what will happen in this example? Whenever I open a buy order, 100 quantity by default will be selected, and my buying price will always be 10 tick below the current market price. Okay. So again, this is an additional feature which is very useful for active trader, which is something that you guys can always try. After selecting the ticks and the quantity and the lots, make sure you click on the apply button. Only then the application will be able to store your information. Now moving on from watch list to market menu. Now this is a very important menu which it has a lot of features. Okay, it is in fact it is the one menu which is filled up with the entire feature list. So we will not cover the entire list. You can see it starts with the equity on the left hand side, then it has an F&O which has a lot of feature, and then it has an overview for the currency. So we will not cover the entire thing. Some of them are very basic, like heat map. Heat map is a general thing which give you an overall indication what is happening in the market, which are the stock which is in a positive zone, which are the stock which is in a negative zone. We will not cover the heat map and the basic features in this presentation, since we wanted to cover the some of the advanced features only. So we will cover the option chain, FII/DI activity, unusual activity, and we will cover the last, which is the option calculator. Okay. So starting with the option chain, after going under the market, if you click on the option chain, this is the page which opens up, right? This is an option chain. On the right hand side, at the left, at the top, you can see Nifty. You can change that to any other symbol, any other future stock or index. Whichever stock or index you will select, that particular option chain will open up. Now in the option chain, there are a few things that you can do. First is obviously you can analyze the entire option chain of that particular index and stock. Second, you can execute buy and sell order from the option chain itself. You don't need to go back to the watch list or need to add an particular strike price in the watch list, you can directly place in buy and sell order from the option chain. Or as you can see at the top, the link to Excel, you can also export this data to an Excel where the price will change on a live basis. So the price will keep on updating even if when you export a data to Excel. At the left hand side, you can see the plus symbol. If in case you want to add any particular strike price in your watch list, you can click on a plus symbol and that particular strike price will be added in the watch list. Okay, so this is a feature of option chain. Moving to the other feature, FII-DI activity. So what happens in a FII-DI activity is basically you will be able to see the overall buying and selling activities of an FII and DI. So in this example, you can see FIIs have bought in the month of March around 33,000 crore and have sold for around like 44,000 crore. Okay. So like this way on a month-on-month basis, you can see the left-hand side one is for derivative and right-hand side is for the equity. You can check the same data for the DI also and for the mutual fund as well. The next feature is the unusual activity. Under the market, if you click on the unusual activity, you will see a different section. So I have selected bullish. They are like bearish, neutral, breakout, volatility. They are overall 5 sections. You can select any one of them. And under each one of them, you will be able to find many different category. Once you click on those category, you will get further data for which might helpful for your trading. So let's suppose under bullish, if you want to see the data of the stock which the symbols with the highest call to put open interest ratio, so you can just click on the first option and you will get that. The second option, which is highest call to put volume ratio, will give you a symbol with highest call to put volume ratio. Okay, so this is something that you can go under the markets. Under markets, go to the unusual activity, and over there you can click on the bullish and you will get this data. This will be again useful not only for derivative trader, although it has the data for option for open interest and call to put ratios and all. But even the normal intraday traders or even a short-term equity trader can use this data to benefit or to get more insight on their stock. Okay. Now moving to the last feature under the market section, which is the option calculator. Now some of you might have used the option calculator before. It is available in different websites, obviously, but we have provided it at the free of cost in Tradesmart as well. Under the market, you go to the last option, which is the option calculator. In that, you can just have to select the company name and strike price, and rest everything will autofill by itself. You will get the entire delta, gamma, theta, and vega value of that particular strike price. All you have to do is you have to select the company name or the expiry of the index and select the strike price. That's it. There are 2 things that you have to select. Interest rate, you can change it. By default, it will be around 9. You can reduce it, or you can change the implied volatility as well. But it's up to you whether you want to change it or not. But even if you just enter the company name and strike price, click on the submit button, you will get the entire value, theoretical option price value, delta, gamma, theta, and vega. Okay. The most important again will be the theoretical option price value, which will be very helpful for you for taking a trading decision. You can compare the theoretical option price with the current LTP or whatever way you want to use it for a trading purpose. So now moving from the market to the news section. Under news section, there are overall 5 options which is available. One is the equity, then the currency, global market, my portfolio news, and the last is the sentiment heatmap. Sorry. So we will, in this example, we will cover equity, then global market, and then the sentiment heatmap. So right now, what you can see in your screen is the equity screenshot. Okay. You can see the most space is taken by the latest news. Now the latest news can also be sorted by different category. If you want to see the news of only the let's say only of the corporate action, you can see that. If you want to see the latest news only related to the merger or acquisition, you can see the news only of those only related to those news. So even in the latest news, we have provided a facility for our client to where they can go and check a particular kind of a news that you guys want. Also, on a sentiment basis, you can check it. You can see the red and green symbol. So, if in case you want to see the news, only the bullish news, so you can just click on the green symbol and you will get the bullish news in the latest news section. Same, you can do it for the bearish section. So, this is the equity news section page. On the left hand side at the bottom, you will be able to see the corporate announcement. And then on the left hand side top, you will be able to see the streaming news. Moving ahead, just like we have an equity for which has the news for Indian market, you have a global market news section where you will have a news for the international market, where it's so with the index, we have bifurcated each and every column, whether it's an S&P 500 or Nasdaq or Dow Jones, and there are other country index as well. So you can just scroll down. You can see each and every index, and you can see the news related to that particular index only. So this will be there under the news section under the global market. Before I say about the sentiment heat map, I just want to give you an update regarding the My Portfolio news. So My Portfolio news will cover basically the news related to your portfolio only. So if in case you want to see the news only related to the stock which is available in your portfolio, you can just go under the news and click on the My Portfolio news. What you will get is you will get the list of news entirely which is only related to the stock that you own that is available in your portfolio. So there are many clients who have, let's suppose, have only 100 stock. And for them, does not matter what is happening in the entire market. They want a news only related to this 10 or this 100 companies. So you can click on My Portfolio news and you will get the news for those 100 stock only. Moving on to a sentiment heat map. This will basically show a sector-wise, a green or a red or a black color, dark green or light green color. So basically, the more dark, the more bullish sentiment it has, that particular sector has, and the more red, the more bearish sentiment that particular index will have. Okay, you can also further go and click on that particular sector. Once you click on the sector, you will get the bifurcation and you will get the list of stock with the same heat map. Just like the example we have shared under the dashboard, where you click on the sector and you get a list of stock with different buy and selling button, with a buy and selling option. Similarly, in this, if you click on the particular heat map, you will get a list of stock and you will be able to see their performance for today. The same color, dark green being the best, the bullish, and the dark red being the extremely bearish. Moving on to the next section, which is the research. So under research, the first option that we have is the KSEC recommendation. Under the KSEC recommendation, you will be able to find all the recommendation which is available from the Kotak Securities hand. So we have bifurcated this in the three main columns, which is the fundamental, technical, and derivative. So in each of the column, you can get the respective call. So let's suppose if you want to see only the call related to the fundamentals, you can click on fundamental. Technical will give you the short-term calls, and the derivative will give you an FNO calls. Just to move ahead, under research section, we have equity research, which will redirect you to our classic website page. So that is something which might not be very helpful for you all. But then coming down under the research, you have a screener option, which is very, very helpful. Under screener option, what you can do is basically you can screen the stocks for a long term on the basis of income, quality, value, and growth, right? So in our earlier example, like in a dashboard, when we have shown you the screener for intraday or for short term, that was on the basis of a price action. Now, this is the screenshot which is there for especially for our long-term client who can do a screen, who can run a screener, who can search a particular stock on a basis of the income of the company or the quality of the company or the value and the growth of the company, growth prediction of the particular company. So what you can see in your screen right now, this is an example of an income screener. Okay. Now in income screener, let's suppose I want to see the blue chip stock. So I can just click on the blue chip extend button. And once I click, I will get a list of stock with a market cap and other detail. Okay. So like this, you can run a screener and automatically you will get a list of stock related to that particular screener. Moving to the next section, which is the charts. Chart, we have one of the best charting facility in Tradesmart in the entire industry. There are few options to open a chart. One of them is just next to the research column. You can click on the chart button and the charts will open up. Now by default, Nifty index chart will open. If in case you want to change a symbol, you can just go to the search symbol option, which you can see in the left hand side at the top. Go there, write a name of any particular stock or future stock or index. Click on enter button and automatically a chart will open. Also, what you can see in this screenshot at the right hand side at the top, the blue symbol, that is a pop-up that keeps coming during the market hour, which might give you a heads up. Okay, like what is happening in the market, whatever the big deals is happening or whatever is any major movement or any major news, that will come automatically from time to time in the Tradesmart terminal. So once you've entered the stock, this is how it looks like. You can go under the studies and you can enter any studies, any indicator that you want. It has all the major indicators from RSI to MACD to stochastic or moving average, pivot points, or any other indicator you name it, super trend. It will have it. So under study, you can go and you can include the study. Just next to the views option, you can see 1 minute time. That is a time frame. That time frame you can change it to 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, or even further to 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. So maximum is the 1 month and minimum is the 1 minute time frame for each of the candle. The candle chart, again, if you don't want to see a candle chart, you can just go under the display button and you can change the candle to some like fancy candle like Heikkanashi, or you can change it to the line or the bar chart or any other chart that you want to view. Now, one important feature that is available under the chart only is the download option, where you can download in Excel the data of the charts. Okay, now this is a very interesting and very important if you are in short-term or intraday trader. Even if you are a long-term trader, it might help you. So you can see the download column option at the right-hand side at the top. You have to click on that. Once you click on that, a file will download in the Excel, which will look like this. So this has each and every candle, high, low, close, and open price. Okay. Now, what does it mean? Basically, each candle represents 5 minutes, right? So in that 5 minutes, whatever will be the high, low, open, and close, that you are able to get it in the Excel file. And now you can use this for a further analysis to take a better trading decision. For all the technical analysts out there, it might be a very useful thing. You might not need to track the entire chart to see or to predict a particular pattern. You can directly export a data to Excel, and from there onwards you can set up a formula, different formulas to predict a certain kind of a pattern. Maybe let's say a 3 candle closing above each other, or 3 continuously bearish candle, or 3 continuously bullish candle. If or any other pattern, if you want to trade those patterns, you can directly export a data to an Excel, and you can directly see, with a few clicks and few formulas, you will be able to see where those pattern has been generated. So instead of scanning the entire market chart by chart, you can directly export a data to Excel, and you can use the formula to predict the pattern and see the pattern. Similarly, just like you can export a data of your chart to the Excel, we have a link to Excel feature from our watch list, where from the watch list itself you can click on link to Excel, and the entire data of the watch list will be exported to the Excel file. Another important thing over here is that the data that has been exported to the Excel will be live, so even it will update on a live basis. So if the LTP is changing, even that data on the Excel will keep on updating. So that is a very important thing. Also, like very recently, we have introduced an buying and selling option as well, where you can execute, where you can start the process of buying and selling from that Excel file itself. So you don't have to always, manually come to watch list and place an order. You can start your buying and selling journey from the Excel file. For this particular feature from link to Excel, we have done an earlier webinar on this because this was a very lengthy subject, link to Excel. So we have done a very lengthy webinar on this subject only. So you can also go and refer to that webinar where we have given the different uses and how to, in detail use it, the link to feature. Because, when you click on link to feature, link to Excel, a pop-up will open up, and then there are a few steps that you have to follow. So I will recommend you can go and see our previous webinar, which is specially done on link to Excel feature. So just like we have link to Excel feature from chart and watch list, you can also download it into an Excel from the right hand side, the download symbol. Not only the watch list, but also the orders that you have placed. The order or the trades or the net position or the today's position, all of them you can download it to the Excel from the download report symbol at a left hand side, at a extremely at the left hand side. You can download it in the Excel or in a CSV format. The orders, the trade book, obviously will not update on a live basis. So if you have already executed, let's say 10 orders, and now you've clicked on the download button, those 10 orders will get export to the Excel file. And if you have done more trade, it will not get updated by itself, unlike the watch list or unlike the option chain. The option chain and watch list will get updated by itself only live in the Excel sheet. So coming to the close of this features, list of features, we have last few features to cover. So the edit column option is there at an extremely right hand side in the watch list. What you can do in the edit column is basically you can select which are the columns you want to see in the watch list. So obviously by default there will be around 10 or 9 different things which will be by default selected. You can untick those, you can select more option, or if in case you want to keep your screen clean, you can select lesser option as well. Once you have done that, you can click on save changes, or you can click on the reset columns. So these are the important features which are available in Tradesmart terminal. There are few features which are more complex. So once you start using those features, you will have more ideas on that. And obviously, in case you have any queries or question, you can definitely contact our customer service also, or your RM regarding any of those features. But yeah, as we do every time, this webinar will also not be going to be a one-way session. So we will take your Q&As as well. So any question that you have, you can see the question symbol at the bottom of your screen. You can write your question, and we will be more than happy to take your queries. Okay, so we have a lot of questions coming up. There are a few questions and there are a few suggestion as well. So those of you who have given your suggestion, we have noted down your suggestion. Now moving to the questions. The first question is, what is the difference between the old terminal and the new trading terminal? The new trading terminal does not seem to be a user friendly. So sir, basically in the new website we have introduced a lot of feature, and it has it is more user friendly compared to our old trading terminal. So uh, you know uh, I will definitely take your feedback, and you can give your more detailed feedback as well. What are the other feature that you want to see? We will definitely try to add that as well. There are few complaints or there are few suggestion on the stop loss order. So we have noted down that, and we will definitely see. Okay, Tejas have a suggestion that, okay, he have a question that link to Excel get hanged in the live market. Any solution or setting that we cannot, that it does not get hanged. Tejas, just to give an heads up, there was let's suppose if will be a feed issue, then that feed issue will pass it on to the link to Excel also. So please make sure the net connection is proper. And obviously, if you're able to export your data to an Excel, that means I suppose that the micros are enabled in the Excel, so that should not be an issue. I think it should work fine. In case it gets hanged on a daily basis, I will suggest to get in touch with the customer service on then or your RM, who might be able to help you further. Mr. YK have a question about placing an order with a target and stop loss. The same you can do it in Tradesmart or in any of our platform as well. Mr. Yasin Sheikh want to know the Bank Nifty view. No, Mr. Yasin, we cannot share a recommendation in this webinar. So we have a separate webinar where we give a market outlook or market views. In this webinar, we are, exclusively we will be focused on the trade smart and the trading features only. Priya has a question. Is this possible with Kit Pro? No, Priya. As of now, it's not possible with Kit Pro. But if you are using a Kit Pro, Priya, you can obviously shift it to the Trade Smart. It's like you can keep both of them open at the same time as well. So you can do the screener or use the screener from the TST, and you can do a trading from the Kit Pro if you are more comfortable. So you can open both of them simultaneously as well with a different account, obviously. We don't give recommendation in this webinar. Sorry, Gopi. Okay, so a lot of people have a suggestion on the recommendation. We cannot give a recommendation. Nirmala have a question. Can we have the same feature on laptop? Yeah, ma'am. So you can open this Trade Smart in your laptop. In fact, this is available only in laptop and desktop. This is not available on the mobile application. The feature that we discussed in today's webinar, you can open this on the laptop as well as in your PC. A few of the people who have missed this webinar have requested for the recording or who want the detail again. You guys can obviously see this webinar and even the other webinar that we have done in our YouTube channel. Rajiv have a question. Can we trade from charts? Yes, you can. So the chart that we have just shown, at the top, you can see the buying selling button. So you can execute your order from there. Is there any API available, API feature available to get a data? We have an API, we have a trade API. So you can go to our website under product, you can find the details regarding the APIs. Mr. Rao, I have a question. What is the criteria for a share to be listed in the watch list? So in order to, for a stock to be listed in the watch list, there is no criteria as such. We have a few predefined watch lists like Nifty, Bank Nifty, where whichever stock is available in those index will be added in the watch list, in those watch lists. Plus, you can obviously create your own watch list and you can add whichever stock you want. So there is no as such system or logic for a user defined watch list. For predefined watch list, obviously we have defined it by as per the sector or as per the index. There are many suggestions on the stop loss order. So we have taken all those suggestions and all the feedback. Vishal is asking for a chart. Can we incorporate trading view chart? So trading view chart as of now, no, we are working on that. Hopefully in the future, in the near future, Vishal, you will be able to do that. As of now, you cannot. How to place a stop loss order in Tradesmart? Mr. Jay Kumar had this question. Similar to how you place a stop loss order anywhere else, you can just open the sale order and you can just set up the trigger price and the stop loss order will be placed. So there is no difference as such. Deepak Shah, we have taken your feedback. We will give more detailed explanation in the next webinar. Yeah, Mr. Raji, I have a question. Can we see call and put chart? Yeah, you can. You can see all the option, all the futures, and obviously equity charts. You just have to add those contracts in your watch list, and you can click on the chart symbol. The chart will open up. Also, obviously, by going under the chart and clicking on the search symbol, you can open the option chart from there also. Mr. Das, have a question. Can we open a customized watch list? Obviously, you can. You can open a customized watch list. You can open a watch list and you can add a stock in that as well. Can I run a two trading account in the same app? No, you cannot. Nimesh have a question. Is it available in mobile? So in mobile, we have developed many features. Not exactly to what it is in Tradesmart, but there are many features which are available in our mobile application also. Some of them, the feature that we have discussed is available in mobile, but yeah, not the entire feature that we have discussed today. There are a few suggestions on the mobile application. We have taken that. Jignesh Bhai have a question in the chart. How to see 4 chart in one page? As of now, you cannot. We are working towards it, and in the near future, you might be able to see the 4 charts, and you will be able to execute the order and compare all of them. As of now, you cannot. Uma wants this webinar video. Uma, you will get it. We will try to upload this webinar in our YouTube channel. Rupesh is not able to export data to an Excel even after enabling micro. Rupesh, I will suggest you to contact us, our customer service. We will be more than happy to help you out. Normally, after enabling the micro, this should work until and unless there is some restriction at your end, at your laptop or at your PC. We shall want to know regarding a Kotak Neo. Kotak Neo, its trading platform is slightly different than Tradesmart. The Tradesmart that we discuss in this webinar is for the normal Kotak client, not for the Kotak Neo. Please share your email ID for further clarification. Ms. Uma, we will try to share our email ID as well. So Arjun want to know how to increase the screen time. So Arjun, we will make a separate webinar on that as well. Also, we are taking some step regarding the log out and all those issues. So we will make a separate video on those things. So there are few people who have suggested that Tradesmart after 10 minutes they are getting and log out and all those feeds issue. So we have worked out on all those things. So like from tomorrow onwards also you can try to log into this and see if in case you are still facing any issue, you can definitely get in touch with our customer service. Yeah, it's absolutely free. So there are few questions on the price for the Tradesmart terminal. It's absolutely free for our clients. If you have an account with Kotak Securities, you can easily go and download, or you can easily go and log into the Tradesmart. You don't even need to download anything. So live data, Mahavir has this question: how we can extract the live data? When you click on the link to Excel from watch list or from the option chain, what will happen basically is the entire data will be shifted or will be exported to the Excel. And if the feeds is correct, if the feeds is working fine, then even in Excel, the LTP and every price will keep on updating. So in that way, it's a live data. Also, you can start your buying and selling execution process from that Excel itself. You can click on the buying and selling symbol, and once you do that, it will again redirect you ultimately to the TST, but you can start your buying and selling journey from the Excel file. So when we say live data, it basically means the LTP even after exporting the data to Excel will keep on updating. We will suggest again, you try it once, so it will be very helpful for you. Deepak Shah is not able to watch list on our new trade site. Deepak, if you're not able to create a watch list, just click on the plus symbol and you will be able to click open the watch list. Also, since this webinar was on the pro features of Tradesmart, we did not cover the very basic part of very basic features, how to add a stock in the watch list, how to create a watch list in this webinar. But there are previous webinars that we have done on the same trading terminal in which we have covered the basic features. So you can obviously go and see those webinars as well in case you want to see how to add and stock in the watch list. When this webinar will mostly be available in the YouTube, so you can again see the webinar again. Regarding, okay, Narendra Prasad has a question. We are not getting a report in Tradesmart straight away. So what happening, Narendra? Basically, the reports are available in our Classic website. So when you go in the report section from the Tradesmart, it will redirect you to the Classic website, and from there onwards, you can obviously download any report that you want. Jignesh, I have a question. Any option strategy available? We are working towards that. Hopefully, in the near future, you will get the option strategy builder as well in the Tradesmart. Stock screener facility is available, Mr. Nirav, both on the basis of fundamental as well as on the basis of technical. You can see the stock screener. So we have covered both of them in the current webinar, in this webinar. There are a few questions on the algos. Algos cannot be covered in this webinar, so we are not taking the questions on algos. Priya have a question: till which year chart data is available? And there are a few more questions from Rupesh. Can we open multiple chart? And also chart you can open up to, as you can go as back at 2010 and even beyond that. There have been few issues which have been reported that people are not able to open a chart beyond 2010. If you find any of those issues, please report to us. There should not be any case like that. Multiple chart, as of now you cannot. We are working towards it. Hopefully in the future you will be able to do that in the near future. Mr. Harish, I have a question. Can you show us a live terminal? Mr. Harish, no, as of now, because the market has closed. Which is better, Keyed Pro or Trade Terminal? It's a very subjective thing. It depends from client to client. So we will not be able to comment on that. What is Keyed 3 beta? Keyed 3.0 is one of our new EXE platforms. It's the beta version that we have introduced, not the live version. So that's like we have a Keyed Pro X, which is the EXE version of a trading terminal. We have a Keyed 3.0 beta version, which you can also download and use it. It has a chatting facility just like the Tradesmart, but obviously there are a few more features which is not available in Keyed 3.0. It's a separate trading platform. You can definitely download it from our website under the product section and you can use it. There are a few feedback regarding the hanging issue and regarding the feed issue. We have taken that. We are working towards all the feeds and hanging issue, just to give you an update. Regarding the chart issue of beyond 2010, we are working into it. If in case there are few clients who have reported to us that they are facing an issue, so we are working on that direction. I think it's not a global issue. So they are in my system, the chart might be open. I will be able to open a chart even beyond 2010. There are few chart and few people in their system, the chart is not opening beyond 2010. So we are working on in that issue. One-click trade from chart is available. So not one click exactly, but you have a buy and sell symbol at the top of the screen in a chart. If you can click on a buy and sell symbol, and once you click on that, and buy and sell panel will open up, and then you can you have to enter the quantity and lot size and all those things that you have to obviously enter. Okay, I think we don't have any other question. Also, we are running, I think, short of time. So thank you very much, guys. I think this webinar was useful for all of you. Obviously, Tradesmart have many features, so we cannot, cover each and everything. There are many basic features which we have not covered in this webinar. Like some of you have requested, how to add a stock in the watch list, how to create a watch list, how many watch lists you can create. So those are the basic features, and there are many other basic features which we are not able to cover in this webinar. But the idea of having this webinar was to, cover a slightly more advanced feature. Obviously, we cannot even go in a detail of those features, but we try to cover the basic part of the advanced feature. The idea is that now you can log into a Tradesmart and try to explore the terminal. And obviously, in case you have any issues, you can directly get in touch with our customer service or your relationship manager. We will be more than happy to help you out and assist you further. Okay. So again, thank you very much for joining today's webinar. Signing off, Gaurav Shresth. Thank you.